Welcome back to Trailer Trash Flips. It's Monday about midday, and I had a fabulous weekend on eBay. I had a total of 15 orders going out for $382.89, and for me, that's pretty big. I did end up going to garage sale Saturday, and I went to estate sale Sunday. Sunday, I went to 4 estate sales, and I'm trying to remember how many garage sales. Maybe 5 garage sales. Can't remember. I've said before that I typically don't go to 2-day garage sales on the second day. Around here, most garage sales run Friday and Saturday. There are exceptions, like sometimes they'll run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday and Friday, just Saturday or whatever, but most of them do run Friday and Saturday. And I've been to garage sales on the second day and traditionally haven't really found a lot. And it does seem the reason that not only resellers, but regular people have bought more of the good stuff up before I've gotten there. So that was my reasoning, and the fact that I usually didn't find very good stuff on the second day. But this Saturday was a little bit of a different story. The first sale I went to was a community sale. And I think I've mentioned a while back also that I do like community sales, but I like older community sales, as in houses that have been there for a long time, because the community sales in these newer neighborhoods, I don't typically find very much. I mean, I'm not saying I don't find anything, but by and large, I have much better luck in communities with houses that have been there for 20 or 30 years. So the first sale I went to was a community sale, and I didn't find very much. I found one item at one sale. I found one item at another sale, and I think there were like 20 houses participating. I stopped at a few other sales, but it seems like it's one of those deals where people just want to participate. So they put one table out there with like 8 items on it, and most of them are overpriced. And I found that to really be the case in this circumstance also. So out of all the houses there, I bought 2 items, and I don't even think they're that great of items, but I'll show you those in a few minutes. I went to the second garage sale, and it was the same thing. One table and like some larger kids' toys, and that was it. I went to, I'm trying to remember, it was only a couple days ago, but I'm telling you, my memory is getting bad. I know there was another one that I went to that, same thing. It was just nothing out there. They were so bad that, in my opinion, they didn't even qualify as a garage sale. So the fourth garage sale that I went to, I found a lot of stuff. And it was the second day of that garage sale. I really wish I could have made it there Friday, because there's no telling what I could have found. And the fifth one that I went to, I did find some things there also. And again, it was a 2-day sale. So coming up even on the second day of those last 2 sales, I still did pretty decent. From the community sale, I picked up this doll from one sale and this Warmies. Well, I kind of made a mistake. I thought it was a whale, and apparently it's a dolphin. So I didn't find any comps on it on eBay. At least there may be some actives, but I didn't find any sold comps. But this was only $1. And like I said, it came from one of the garage sales in the community sale. And then the doll, which I only paid $1. I don't remember if I said, but I paid $1 for that. And I paid $1 for this very lifelike doll. And I kind of looked to see if I saw a tag, and I didn't, but I didn't want to be completely undressing the doll there. So I don't know anything about this, but I thought for sure it's probably worth more than $1. So I did get that, and at least I didn't leave the community sale empty-handed. So the second and third garage sales were completely no good. The fourth garage sale, I found all this plus some stuff that I can't really fit up here right now. And the first thing was this U.S. Divers dive mask. I think this is brand new because they still have the protective layer over the clear part here, and it does not look used at all. And it was only $5. They also had this Mizuno baseball glove, like a youth glove, and it was only $2. I picked up this handheld solitaire game. I checked the battery compartment, and it was good. It was only 50 cents. Now, there were a few sketchy buys in here that I didn't pay hardly anything for, but I don't know. I just thought they were kind of cool. These are a couple refrigerator magnets. Nothing special, just a New Orleans French Quarter magnet and a Bourbon Street magnet that says boozing on or something like that. These were only 50 cents, so I did pick those up. I found this Lego light up pad thing. I don't remember what it's called. I did look it up while I was there, and it was only $1. So I got that. These were just a couple keychains. They were only 25 cents each. Padre Island, Texas keychain with a little spinny thing in the middle. And this is a keychain from a car dealership in New Orleans. I think it's New Orleans. Anyway, again, it was only 25 cents. And, you know, I always say that for these low price things, I'll take a chance that maybe somebody wants that. This was just a GoPro mount that, it's not a GoPro brand. It didn't have a price on it. I asked them about it. They said $1, so I picked that up just to have it. Next, they had about 20 of these little paw print bracelets, and they were all marked $1. I asked them if they would take 50 cents for each of them. If I bought them all, they said yes. So I picked up all those. They also had some other paw print stuff. They had the earrings. There are these, it's like a pin, but you can also maybe hang it on the chain or something. So they had these. They also had the same design in some hangy earrings. So I asked them if they would do 50 cents on each of these items too. They said yes. So I bought it all. I don't know how many's here. They counted them, but I mean, at 50 cents, you know, I can't hardly go wrong with those, I don't think. Also from that sale, I picked up this whole box of, it's Disney's Mulan finger puppets, and they're all the same character. This red thing here, dragon or something. Let's see, Mushi. I did try to comp these while I was there. I scanned the barcode, did not find anything. But the whole box of them, well, they were actually in a big Ziploc bag, and they wanted their bag back, so they put them in this box. But the whole bag of them was only $2. So for $2, I definitely decided to take a chance on these. I did try to comp these a little better whenever I got home, and I didn't find any of this particular one, this other character here. And one sold for $5 and something, and then somebody had a lot of 10 of them that sold for about $25. The thing that I thought was kind of neat was, apparently this was an only in theaters thing, and it does say Blockbuster right here. It's a Blockbuster play pack. So look, I've never seen this movie. I don't know anything about these type of things, but again, those were only $2. But these are going to be easy to list. They were dirt cheap, and even if they sit for a while, they're not going to take up too much room. The last thing I picked up at that garage sale was this Posture Pump neck exerciser. I did open the box. It looks like it was either lightly used or maybe never used, and it was only $1, so I figured that was a no-brainer. The last garage sale, I picked up this backseat organizer. It's got the MOLLE straps and all. And what did she say this was? Either $2 or $3. I actually had one of these that was brand new. I had never used, and my son wanted it, so I gave it to him. So that was a pretty good deal for that, but it is going to be for myself. I also picked up this skull. Apparently it's a vodka thing. Whenever I looked it up, it says something about Dan Aykroyd. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, it was only $1, and it looks like comps for around $12 or $14 on that. And I picked up these 2 crystal ashtrays. They didn't have a price on them, and she told me I think $2 for these. And the last item from that garage sale were these Heelys. They look in really good shape, like barely even used. So it won't even take much cleaning to have these things looking pretty good. I had to pay $5 for these. She was pretty stern about her price on these, and she didn't want to budge. But they were in such good shape that I really didn't want to leave them there. So these were $5, that was $3, so that's $8. 1 is $9, and these were $2, so that's $11. And when I asked her, I said, so $11? She's like, well, no, I think it's $10. And I'm like, well, you might want to check. I said, because by my math, I came up with $11. And she's like, just give me 10. So I ended up only paying $10 for all of this. So I think Saturday was a pretty good garage sale day. Now I'm going to go pull my orders. First item is on the LS2 shelf, and it's this Canon camera. And this sold for $161.95. In M1, I sold an iClip Card money clip wallet. And this sold for $24.26 plus shipping. On the LS shelf, I've got a 2-pack of Taco Bell inflatables, and these sold for $8.96 plus shipping. In the 03 bin, I've got a no-pull dog harness going out. And this sold for $11.66 plus shipping. In E4, I've got a knee brace. Yeah, this is the only one in here. And this sold for $8.96 plus shipping. In the ugly cabinet, I had a 72mm filter. It sold for $13.45 plus shipping. On the LP2 shelf, it's a set of UTV side mirrors, and they sold for $22.45 plus shipping. In H16, I sold a 3M respirator, and this sold for $8.06 plus shipping. In M2, I sold a book, Gift of Injury, and this sold for $26.95 plus shipping. In H7, I sold a vintage gag gift. And this sold for $8.05 plus shipping. In F4, I sold some Samurai Ninja insoles for $17.05 plus shipping. In O2, I've got a vintage Goosebumps handheld game. And this sold for $44.95 plus shipping. In H6, I've got a batting glove going out. And this sold for $8.05 plus shipping. In the M5 bin, which is kind of in a precarious position here in my listing lounge, I've got a string trimmer handle ergonomic grip, and it sold for $11.66 plus shipping. Back in my eBay room, I've got a hat in the W bin. It's a Duck Dynasty cap, and it sold for $6.44 plus shipping. So here's everything going out today. Most of these items are bin store items, not all of them. The Duck Dynasty cap, well, that was, I don't know, it was something I had sitting around the house. Probably something that somebody gave one of the kids a long time ago. So it's actually still new, nobody's ever worn it. The 72mm filter that came from the bin store, it was super cheap, probably $1. I know I would have probably paid more than that for it. The book, bin store item, either $1 or $2. The iClip wallet, I paid $2 for this from the bin store. The batting glove was, it was either $1 or $2 at the bin store. Probably $1. I don't think I would have put more into it than that. The instant relief from constipation little gag gift, I got that from Goodwill. Probably, it was, I know it was last year at some point, and I think I paid $2 for it. I didn't buy this so much because I thought that I was going to make very much money on it. I just thought it was funny and kind of cool. It says ignite before insertion, and it's got a little firecracker deal on there. It's not a real firecracker. There's nothing in it. But anyway, I just thought that that was kind of a funny little gag gift. The ergonomic string trimmer handle, that was a bin store item. I think I paid $2 for that if I remember correctly. I actually had it listed for a good bit more for a while, and it didn't sell, so I lowered the price on it. The knee brace, that was $1 from the bin store. The Goosebumps game, I showed that in a video last year, and I got it from an estate sale, and I don't remember what, it was either 50 cents or $1. I'm almost positive. And I kept it for a while because it was really cool. I opened it up, I checked the battery compartment, there was no corrosion, it works fine, it's in really good shape. And so I had it sitting on a shelf in my bedroom that has some Goosebumps books and movies on it, because I was really considering keeping it, but you know, I've got so much eBay inventory around here. I'm kind of downsizing some of my own personal items. So I did decide to list this, and it sold pretty quick for, you know, a really nice profit. The respirator came from the bin store. It was either 50 cents or $1. These are UTV mirrors. I got them from a bin store. As a matter of fact, I showed a video of that bin store. We only went like one time to it. So I paid $4 for those. The camera came from an estate sale. I paid $35 for it. The Taco Bell inflatables came from the bin store at 50 cents each, so I only have $1 into those. And the no pull dog harness came from the bin store, and it was either $1 or $2. So I'm very happy with the sales I had over this weekend. That's a lot better than I've done in quite some time, even for someone like me that just sells rubbish. All right, I'm gonna stop with the, no, I'm probably not. I'm gonna throw that in every now and then. Today is Tuesday. I've got 7 orders going out for a total of $88.68. And oddly enough, just for grins and giggles, I pulled up my numbers on eBay, my impressions and all that stuff. And even though my sales have been really strong, I mean, $88 is nothing to write home about, but that's just since yesterday. And yesterday I had almost $400 of sales going out from the weekend. I looked at my impressions on eBay, and guess what? They're down for like the last 4 days. Yet my sales are up tremendously for those same 4 days. And I said a long time ago, I don't put a lot of stock in what, you know, the numbers that eBay shows. I know there are some resellers on YouTube that they tell you quite frequently that they're into the numbers. So I would really love to know why the numbers seemingly never correlate with each other. Low impressions, high sales, high impressions, low sales, and it, like, I don't even know what's going on. So I never look at my numbers as a real guidance to what's going on. I've showed my numbers here before, just in reference to whatever I was talking about. But time and time and time again, your impressions are down and your sales are up, or your impressions are up and your sales are down. So I just thought that that was kind of an interesting little deal. And I often wonder why you're going to look at your numbers and try to evaluate them and figure out what's going on when the sales are going in a complete opposite direction. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yesterday, I made a trip to the Amazon bin store, and I'm going to try to do a little better job of calling it the Amazon bin store, because even though I've mentioned this quite a few times in videos, a lot of times when I say bin store, it looks like people are thinking I'm talking about the Goodwill bins, which we don't have any of those here. So anytime I say bin store, I'm talking about the Amazon bin store, but I'm going to try to remember to say Amazon bin store from here on out. But, you know, I'm getting old, so it's likely that I'll forget, but I'm going to try. Anyway, yesterday was $2 day, which it's not my favorite day to go because there are so many items there that I won't pay $2 for, but I would pay $1 for. But the way it works out is I have standing work every Monday night. I have a contract with a company, so I work every Monday night. And I often have a 2 to 3 hour lag time between the time that I go drop my packages off at the post office and when I need to go to work. I would have much rather went today, but, you know, if I'm killing time anyway, I figure I might as well spend it there. And I was able to get some pretty decent deals. I think in the last video that I was wanting to head to the bin store and do a better job of picking items that had higher profit. And for the most part, I did that. I had a few little slip ups of things that, you know, I'm not going to make a ton of money on, maybe 10 bucks. But as an overall, I found some pretty decent items. So I'll show you what those items were. I found this Buildmart. I guess it's a 12 by 10, 12 by 14 maybe. Anyway, it's a vent, and this is easily probably $40, $45 plus shipping. So definitely not a bad pickup for $2. 3 of these breathing trainers. I've sold these before and they're decent, probably $12, $13, $14 each plus shipping. There were more of them, but they had been open or the seals had been busted. These are all still sealed up. So I got 3 of those. I picked this up and put it in my cart. I was looking for maybe more of them, and I didn't find any more of them. This one's still sealed up. It's not expired. So I was hoping to find more. I didn't, but I figured there's enough profit in this that I would go ahead and pick it up. These Desk Reference DSM-5 TR books, they're not a ton of profit, but they have a really quick sell-through rate. Every time I list one of these, I generally sell it pretty quick. So I think I'm probably only going to be able to get about $13 or $14 for that, but I'm sure it's going to sell pretty quick. I found this collector's edition Starship Paradise Planet puzzle. This was a little hard to comp. I didn't see any sold comps on eBay, And this was something that Amazon sells, and I found their store, but they didn't have any of these listed. So I kind of just took a chance on this, being that some puzzles are pretty good. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and you know, who knows, but at $2 I figured it wasn't too bad to take a risk on that. This book comps out on eBay for about $15, and I was kind of on the fence about it. It's still in pretty good shape, but again, if I could turn $2 into $15 minus fees and all that, I'm actually okay with it. So I picked up that. I've got a few more books here, which I don't remember what the comps were. So let me check the comps on this one real quick. So one sold for 40, and it was new. A new one sold for 83. A new one sold for 55. Oh wow, that one sold for 145. That one sold for 63, 60, 60, and so on. So this one I knew was a very good pickup. And if you've been watching any of my videos lately, you know that I've sold quite a few of this style books, like Mechanical Code, Plumbing Code, and things like that. But all these NFPA books do really good. Unfortunately, I only found one, but I'm not complaining. I also found, I know it might be hard to see, but a guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge PMBOK guide. And this seems like something I've sold before. I can't really remember for sure. These comp at different prices, but I can probably get $20 or so out of this one. Looks like some of them sold for up to 30 or 30 something dollars. So I don't think that's too bad of a buy. I found this 5th edition Nursing Informatics book, and it looks like I must have comped this one while I was there. I don't really remember. Pre-owned, it sold for 20. A pre-owned sold for $16.85. A new one sold for, well, they took a best offer off of 35. So probably this is going to easily be a 20 something dollar book. The next book is Dr. Pestana's Surgery Notes. It did not comp great on eBay. It does a little better on Amazon. On the barcode, it actually has a price of $39. So let's see what it's going for on eBay. See, $17 best offer, $17, $17. So not too big of money there. All right. Critical Care Nursing Made Incredibly Easy. All right, brand new 25, brand new 24, pre-owned 20, brand new 36, brand new 33. So another book that's not too bad. Although a lot of these on Amazon go for much more money, but that's a subject for another day. And next I've got 3 of the same book here, The Dissertation Journey. And these are going consistently for about $20 a piece on eBay. This was just some little tortillas I bought. It was $2 for a whole box of these 1 net carb multigrain tortillas. So I picked the box of those up for myself. Here are the other items that I picked up. First is a box of 2 replacement blades for, it's either a Ninja or a Nutra Ninja or something like that. There's 2 brand new blades in that box. I picked up the CFX Pro Franklin batting glove. Now this was probably the sketchiest thing in terms of profitability that I picked up. And it was this little Nipix or Nipex bag. I saw a sold comp for $18 free shipping on eBay. They can be had a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but at only $2, I thought, even if this doesn't sell, I thought I'd kind of like to have it. It's a nice, like, durable bag. So I may just end up keeping that one way or the other. I picked up an Airfly SE, which I didn't even know about these. I picked up one at an estate sale not long ago. The box is kind of damaged, but I opened it up and it appears to be new, never used. I picked up 2 bottles of these Cosequin Plus Maximum Strength Joint Support pills for dogs. I picked up 2 of these Blunt Blaster. It's like, I don't know, some kind of smokeless thing where you're supposed to smoke your stuff inside of this thing, and I guess it makes it not smell or something. I'm actually not even sure I can sell these on eBay. I didn't see any sold comps. I did not look to see if there were any listed, but these sell for like 30 something dollars from the manufacturer's website. So I figured at $2 I would take a chance and see if I could sell them on eBay. If not, I may just have to do something else with them. And no, I don't mean use them. I've got 2 different styles of Walk Comfy insoles. These are really cool. I'm not going to take them out the box, but they're like some really fancy looking insoles. And while insoles don't always sell for a ton of money, I do sell a lot of insoles, so I didn't want to pass those up. And finally, I got the Slippery Slope Game Ladies Edition. It's like for bachelorette parties. Did not see any sold comps on eBay. Did not look to see if any were listed. I looked on Amazon and they sell for, I think, a little over $20. So obviously I'm probably gonna have to sell this a little bit less. Now these 4 items were the last things that I bought, and they're for me. It's just some lemonade mix, since each of those was $2 a piece. Some Hooters pillar of seasoning salt, and some Joe's Kansas City French fry seasoning. I do find some stuff there that I otherwise have never heard of, so I will try that stuff out sometimes. I think I spent about $74 and some change at the bin store, so that's probably about 34 items. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For sure 5 items were for me. So, you know, I picked up 29 or 30 items, but really after just selling a couple, 2 or 3 of those books, I'm going to have made my money back. And I had been really wanting to go to the bin store because it's been so long since I've been, but it was funny because as I was shopping yesterday, I only spent maybe 2 hours there, and man, I was ready to go. Like, I almost felt like not even looking at everything, and I don't know why. My back was kind of hurting, and I was just like, man, I am ready to go. Maybe it was because I knew I had to go to work later. I don't know. But I didn't find it as enjoyable as I normally do. But in the end, I did still find some pretty decent stuff. You've seen I've been bringing in a good bit of inventory lately. Primarily estate sales, a little bit garage sale, and of course today the bin store. Luckily, I've been selling more, so you know, it's not like I'm just bringing stuff in, because I did slow down significantly on my sourcing when my sales were lower. And my storage space situation hasn't gotten any better. It's actually gotten a little worse. Now, I do want to say that the small items that can fit in bins, I still have room to fit 24 or 26 bins. And I've probably got about a dozen of those bins empty and ready to go. That's really not the biggest problem. The bigger problem is the larger items that really, I could put a lot of it in bins, but it needs to go on a shelf. And my shelving situation is much more crisis level than my bins, because I am just slap out of space to store things on shelves. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shelves. Not even counting the ones in my eBay room. So I've got to get this shelf behind me taken care of at some point. And I do have empty space on it, and I have some bins on it that are empty, some small bins. So my other shelves are chock-a-block full, and I've got to get those shelves kind of primed and ready to put some of that inventory on. So that's enough of my rambling, and I'll go pull the orders. In H16, I've got a Kohler toilet replacement port, and this sold for $4.95 plus shipping. In H7, I've got 3 water filters. There's one. There's 2. And 3. The 3 water filters sold for $40 with free shipping. In F7, I've got some spark plugs, and these sold for $16 plus shipping. In F3, I've got a thermometer. Wait, that's not a thermometer. That is a thermometer. And this sold for $6.26 plus shipping. In H11, I've got a mist hose. And this sold for $8.05 plus shipping. In F4, I've got some pet grooming lotion. And this sold for $6.26 plus shipping. The last order is in H10. It's a book. It's 0 to 1. And this sold for $7.15 plus shipping. Here's what's going out today. First, there's this Flex Cobra Mr. Hose. I don't remember how much I paid. I would not have paid more than $2 for this. And quite honestly, it's probably more like $1, but I may have up to $2 in it. So I just don't really remember. Now these 3 smart filters, I bought these from the bin store. Oh yeah, that came from the bin store too. I bought these from the bin store for $2, and it was wrapped up. It was a pack of 3, so I only paid $2 for all 3 of them. I ended up splitting these up to sell them individually because I can usually make a little more money that way with the shipping. I sent out offers on these this morning, and a potential buyer sent me a message and said, hey, I got your offer. The offer was $13 each plus shipping. And the buyer said, I'll buy all 3 of them if you'll do $40 shipped, which is fine with me. So I tried to edit the listing, but because I had offers out on it, I couldn't edit the shipping, and it just became a real problem. And I hate the way eBay does that. So I ended up having to end that listing, relist them as a 3-pack for $40 with free shipping, and the buyer ended up buying them almost immediately. So $2 into $40 minus the shipping and fees is a great flip in my book any day of the week, even as a low sell rubbish seller like myself. The book, I'm sure it was probably 50 cents. I don't think I would have even paid $1 for this. Oddly enough, I saw these at the bin store yesterday, and I don't remember every book that I buy, so I checked, and at $2 there was no way I can make any money on it. So that's why I'm sure I only paid 50 cents for that. The dog grooming lotion, I've got a couple bottles of these. I don't know if I've ever sold any. I know I've got at least 1 more left, and these were either 50 cents or $1 at the bin store. Both of these items are bin store items, and I'm almost positive that was 50 cents at the bin store. Thermometer was $2, and I remember really not wanting to pay $2 a piece for these, especially that I have them now down to like $6 and some change. But between that and the shipping, at least there is still some profit there. That's going to do it for this video. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.